Alright gang, well, we are out and about, and we have a small scent, and this is probably one of the first small scents. I believe this could be either a flying eagle or one of the first Indian head scents. And I can only tell that by the way it rang up on the Garrett AT Pro. But anyway, we'll probably see this again, because I want to put it in oil, and hopefully we can still pull some detail out of it. Alright gang, stay tuned. Alright gang, well, I know what you are thinking. Those coins are burnt. And you know what? Yes, they are. But you know what? Part of the fun of this hobby is to identify what is being pulled out of the ground, whether it's a relic, coin, etc. And a couple of things that help that along would be books. Would be a red book, which I'm sure all you folks are familiar with, and also this book here. It's a guide of artifacts of colonial America. And this is actually a very good starting point. It lists buttons, buckles, coins, it lists a little bit of everything, even Chinaware, and it's a good place to start. Kind of narrows down your search for an individual item or object. And it's got some timelines in there to give you an idea of the age of different stuff. But from there, after you gain your information from here, they can branch out into a different source and hopefully really get into the minutia of your topic. But anyway, gang, let's get back to these burnt coins. Now, these burnt coins all each have something in common. Now, I've been running a streak of finding what we call fatties and cents. And the fatty years were actually from the Flying Eagle period to the very early Indian cent period, up into, I believe it was 1864. And then the width of the coins got skinnier. But anyway, gang, you know what? Here, take a look at this. This will probably help you see the width difference. So anyway, gang, here we have a regular Indian cent, and you can basically see the 1 cent still. You can still see the shield. I believe the Indian, for the most part, is kind of obscured. I really tried my hardest to get a date off this, and it's just too far gone. I can make out the 1/8, so I know it's 18 something, so I know it's anywhere from 1865 all the way through, well, basically 1899, since I've got the first 2 digits. So this one is kind of really, really obscured. However, the rest of these coins I've kind of actually identified, with the exception of this one. This one is too far gone, but it's, again, it's a fatty. But anyway, gang, this coin here is also an Indian cent, and it's a fatty. However, there is a couple of years there that it could be. It could be anywhere from 1859 to 1864. However, this here happens to be an 1859. Now, if you happen to notice on this Indian, there's a shield at the top. And this one, actually, I don't know if you guys can make that out or not. Hopefully you guys can. There's actually no shield, and there was only 1 year where the Indian cent had no shield, and that was 1859. Pretty cool, huh? But anyway, gang, right next to it, we have a Flying Eagle. And only with a magnifying glass could I make out the year of 1858. Unfortunately, these do not hold up well in the ground at all. But I don't know if you guys can make out that eagle or not. But, and of course on the back is the reef with the 1 cent. And it's actually just like the Indian cent has no shield at the top. But anyway, guys, yeah, these do not hold up well in the ground at all. And yeah, gang, this one here, I will probably try and soak some more, but there's really no hope for it whatsoever. This was found near salt water, and it's just corroded over really bad. But anyway, gang, hey, you know what? We have a certain sense of satisfaction after we identify these. And you know what? These, believe it or not, these two anyway, I'll probably put in the little card holders, coin holders, and I can actually safely, assuredly put on the holder the year and what they are, and for my satisfaction, where they were found. Super secret spots, more than likely. Anyway, gang, there will be more. Stay tuned. Alright, gang, well, here is a signal that I'm glad I dug. This here was a big thing, and it turns out to be a decorative pot lid. And yeah, and we're going to go ahead and take that home, because that is some kind of cool. At first I thought it might have been like a stove plate, you know what I mean, the little circles on the top. But no, man, this is a decorative pot lid. Anyway, gang, we're still going to be looking around. Stay tuned. Alright, gang, well, we were going to try and do this live stream, but where we are at, we have no cell service. That's right, no cell service. It amazes me. In Centralia, Pennsylvania, the burned out coal mine town, I had 4 bars of service. But here in the middle of the metropolis, why, yeah, there's no service. Anyway, gang, this is kind of part 2 of the Minutia Minute. Signs and symbols in the cemetery. Anyway, gang, as you can see on this one here, we have hands that appear to be shaking. And this actually could mean 2 different things. It could either mean a heavenly welcome, earthly depart, or it could actually also mean husband and wife. You have to look carefully at the sleeves if one seems to be feminine or not. But in this case, I think we are going to go with a heavenly welcome. Well, we got some other stuff to look at. Like I said, we were going to do this live stream, so I kind of got these kind of marked out, what I wanted to show you. One thing that's kind of unique is different types of headstones made out of different materials. In some of the old mill towns, you'll actually come across headstones or tombstones made out of iron, if it's near an iron forge. After all, they're being made right there. Why not put them in the cemetery? I may have a picture of one somewhere, and if I do, I'll stick it on there and show you. Anyway, this is, unfortunately, Anne, and Anne passed away, and it's not so much that we're going to look at signs and symbolism, but this is not stone. And this was from the late 1800s, and of course we've got a little bit of symbolism going on. We've got the cherub head with the wings going on, but this is actually cast, and I'm kind of really impressed of how well that has held up over the years. And anyway, I thought that was unique. But because yeah, from afar it does look like it's stone or poured concrete, but anyway, gang, we are going to, here's another hand with the finger pointing up. And we're going to make our way over here for a different symbol. The all-seeing eye. Yeah, that's right. So many people are thinking, Mason. No, actually, that is more than likely a symbol for God. After all, this is on poor Joanna's stone. But yeah, that is, especially for the presbytery and the early Methodist, that is a symbol for God. You'll see it once in a while up in the corners or above the pulpit. Anyway, gang, I know some of you guys are stuck on the Mason thing. Well, you know what? It all depends on context. If poor Joanna here was a Mason, I'm sure she would have something different. But no, she has the symbol for God. But anyway, gang, that is about it. And we'll probably continue this on a little bit more if you want to. Because after all, I find the symbols to be quite fascinating. And actually it kind of branches out into mainstream too of this time period, from like the 1840s all the way up into the 1920s. So, and it kind of leads to relevance to other stuff too. All right, gang, that is all. You know what to do?
All right, gang. Well, we're going to take a visit to the Oddporium, the Gallery of the Peculiar and the Bizarre, located at 2115 Marsh Road, Arden, Delaware. And if you guys have a chance to visit, be sure you do. Hey, here's a lamp made from a spine. Can't find one of those at your local Pier 1 imports, now can you? Anyway, gang, there's kind of skull overload, which, you know what, for us is kind of wonderful. Anyway, gang, yes, they are loaded with treasure. There's the gallery cat. Oh, yeah, there's a warning with this cat. It may seem to be docile at the moment, but it wants you to rub its belt. Yeah, I got the warning. Don't. It's a trap. Anyway, gang, yeah, just leave. No, yeah. If he happens to wander by, pet him. But yeah, if he's under, yeah, like that, no, don't. He'll eviscerate your hand. Anyway, gang, there are a bunch of oddities and stuff. Spider. Anyway, that you can find, and you get the warning too. Don't open up this little cabinet. There's a fire extinguishing bulb that will kill you if it happens to break. Right there. That was a early fire suppression system, which was rather lethal. Anyway, gang, and yeah, there is just so much to look at, and more skulls, and yeah, strange thing, and it's just kind of almost sensory overload, just because it's completely bizarre. Skulls, more skulls, bones, and they have a little bit of everything. Just kind of everything that's just kind of not mainstream. And, alright, you can get your t-shirt. And, but then we kind of wander back to the doll room. They call this the doll room. And I think they also call it something else. But anyway, we're going to call it the doll room. But, because, yeah, there's a bunch of creepy dolls located in the back. And, that they are. Which one is actually quite interesting, because it's a doll that was used for smuggling back in, like, during the Second World War, when they were trying to get their valuables out from land that was occupied. And in this cabinet, I believe there's mortuary items. In case you run out, in case yours happen to break, I can go here and get some extra ones. Anyway, and they also have rather death side photography. And then we have this stuff. You can never have too many skulls. Anyway, gang, be sure and give them a visit. Like I said, hey, they are in Arden, Delaware, and they always have something very unique going on. Anyway, gang, be sure and give them a look. And if I happen to find their link, I'll give them a link down in the comment section. All right, gang, stay tuned.